The Matrix came out in the year 1999 and was written and directed by the Wachowski brothers. The film stars Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Lawrence Fishburne, and Hugo Weaving, respectively. The film was a smash hit with audiences and became a pop culture phenomenon, spawning 3 sequels, countless parodies, and tons of ripoffs. At the time, the film was chock full of special effects and state-of-the-art technology, with also a mix of great choreography and moderate acting. Neo, played by Reeves, is a computer hacker who gets tracked down by the agents, most notably Agent Smith, played by Hugo Weaving. But Trinity, played by Moss, is able to convince Neo to come speak to Morpheus. From there, he is given a choice: red pill or the blue pill. One will make you see the truth, and one will keep you in what we see as reality. Once you take the red pill, you will open your eyes to the Matrix. Seems easy enough, right? However, the movie is confusing and clunky with its storytelling. Other than the action and fighting scenes, the film is otherwise boring to watch. But what are my positives? I don't have a whole lot of positives to say about the movie, but what I can say is some of the fight scenes are pretty good. And that's really what it has going for it. People remember the fight scenes, the shootouts, with all the stuff between Agent Smith and everything like that. But the one I would have to say is my favorite is the one between Neo and Morpheus. It's not only a learning part of the movie, but it is a good scene between characters, the banter-wise and fight-wise, and it just works. And that's really all the positives I have to say. So what do I find negative? One of my main negatives of the movie is that, when I watch a movie, I want to be drawn into it. I want to be engaged. And if I see myself looking at my phone every 5 minutes in a movie, then it's not one I want to watch again. There's not very many movies that I do that in. I appreciate watching movies. I appreciate, watching movies and taking it in and enjoying them. And with this movie, it's just boring. And I didn't even do that in the Irishman. The Irishman, that 3-hour movie, that has a lot of talking and there's not a whole lot of action. And I was more engaged in that than I was in this movie, where there's more fighting, more action, more gunplay, and all that stuff. And that shouldn't happen. In a movie this big and this grand, it's just not engaging for me. And I think part of that might be I wasn't there when the movie initially came out. See, I wasn't born in 1999, so I didn't grow up in the 80s, in the 90s, and was like, wow, I want to see the Matrix. This is going to be cool, and computers and stuff like that. See, my computer can do a lot more than what those movie computers could do way back then. So it's not impressive to me, but for some people, it's like their favorite movie, and I never understood that. Also, I never understood it's like in a whole nother century than what it really is, and it's not like maybe 50 years or 100 years down the line. It's like 2 centuries away, so I don't know. The whole story just doesn't make sense. It's not engaging, and it's just not fun to watch. So my final thoughts on the movie is, it's clunky, it's boring, not very engaging, looks good, but doesn't have a whole lot there. And with the other sequels, I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, and it doesn't really draw me into the series as a whole. But everybody's like, oh, the first movie's good, and then the 2 sequels are bad. So, well, I don't want to watch that movie then. I could see the third one being bad, but the first one should be as good as the second, and the second one should be better. But with this concept, they wrote one good movie, and that's it. And maybe with this new movie, the Wachowskis having some involvement, but not a whole lot. Hopefully with this new movie, it might be better, but it might be worse. And with identity politics and all that stuff, it might just get all jumbled up into one big mess and be a big dumpster fire. So if I had to give it a score, I'd say 2 out of 5. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you like cool action scenes and 90s action movies, you should check it out. But anyway, that was my review of The Matrix. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions about this movie or any other ones, put them in the comments below. Tell me what I should review next. Remember to feel free to message me on Instagram and Twitter. So check that out. Also, you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.